Hello, folks. It's episode number 85 of the People's Lima. I am your host, the People's Lima himself, Eric Lima. Well, it's part 2 of Lima Strong. I settled everything over there, so I won't miss a thing on Raw. So tonight, I will be more than happy to explain part 2. And I forgot one little detail. When I was a child, I was diagnosed with toxoplasmosis, which affects the brain. It's not a life-threatening disease. Praise God about that. It just affects, the brain. The brain reacts differently than how it normally reacts, and that's why I was diagnosed with ADHD, ADD, OCD. But you know, things work out for the better. All right, but before Cheryl days continue on, so uh, so it was me and my dad. My dad was single once again. He was working. I was still attending the latchkey programs, YMCA programs, and like I said, and while I was going to Duval School, a school my father grew up going. Uh, I started winning some spelling bee contests, of course, and I was fascinated with baseball cards. And during my YMCA after-school programs, I was transferred to Denison Memorial in New Bedford, and it was really cool. I'd be the first one to arrive from the bus to drop me off, and inside, and I used to open up. I usually do my homework, and then go and play, and then take part in activities and whatnot. And by opening up my baseball cards, all the counselors there would pick on me and say, "Where's Red Sox cards?" And back then, the Red Sox were the hottest baseball team in Major League Baseball going. And then they got me to thinking, I should go pick up some Red Sox cards next time I win a contest. So I kept on winning. I finally got one. My first Red Sox card was a pitcher named Steve Crawford, Topps 1985. And that's how I got into be a Red Sox fan. It's because the counselors at Denison Memorial, they say, you got to root for the Red Sox. They're awesome. I wonder how they all feel now that the Red Sox won 2 World Series within a 3 years time between 2004 and 2007. 2 World Series in 3 years. They'll break the curse in 2004. I wonder what they felt. They must have felt how I felt, Like, thank God. But I had my second crush in Denison Memorial. Her name was Melanie Beth Correa. And you never believe what she's doing now, though. She's married. She's married. She got a child of her own. But she was a former Miss New Bedford, a former Miss Massachusetts, and a former top 10 finalist in Miss America 2000. My jaw just dropped when I saw her on TV. I'm like, you gotta be freaking kidding me. This is the same girl I had a crush on. Did you believe that? Unfreaking believable. So, therefore, bing! So, therefore, I started crushing on her. And I thought she was really cute. And, let's see now. And, and, I lost my train of thought because the phone interrupted me. Gotcha. So, attending, got lost. I started getting into Square One television. But, my father and I started going to church back in 1985. After he became born again, thanks to our next door neighbor. At the time, she was trying to preach to my father. My father wanted nothing to do with it, but she felt like it was time. And my father started attending Bible studies. And I was still young, not understanding what's going on still. And I usually fall asleep. And my father used to carry me home after Bible study. It was, excuse me, it was quite the experience. And then we started going to attending this church called Church of the New Testament at the time. Back in 1985, I became a Christian, a born-again Christian, June 8th of that year. And needless to say, it started changing my life. And I ended up getting rid of my Garbage Pail Kids cards, which is not that very easy because nowadays it's the collector's item, It's just nostalgic now. It's nothing but nostalgia to me now. But but back then I thought it was really cool. And then my father, then 2 years later, at a tent revival in 1987 in Brookline Park, well, Brookline was Buttonwood. I think it was Brookline. My dad met somebody there, and met a nice woman there. And me, I was goofing around, taking care of a pet frog named Kermit at the time. And one day I felt very, very sad that Kermit died. It was one during the times of the tent meeting, and that woman came up to me and comforted me. And I, she wanted to meet me, but all I cared about was my frog, Kermit. Her name was Cheryl Pitsley. And I really, and I thought she was a sweet, nice girl, and she, she was seeing my dad. They started dating, and I was introduced to her little girl Cora, and she was only 1 year old, and when you try to say something, she'll copy you. And that's what little kids are. That's what little kids are. They see you do something, they'll try to do it. They see you say something, they'll try to say it. So you have to be very careful what you say around kids, So, did not know what to call, Cheryl at the time when she was dating my dad. Just call me Cheryl. And I was and every time I say her name or call her, she'll, Cora will copy me. Back then I found that very annoying. I was 10 years old, 11 years old. I struggled with the fact that, this woman was going to replace my biological mother, honestly, at first. But this could be a good thing in the process. My parents finally made the decision after a few months, going steady. It was time. They were going to tie the knot. They were going to get married. I was like, okay, that's cool. Well, I was really excited. So I finally got a sister in the house. And all during this time, we were decorating the house. We were decorating, remodeling the house that we were living. My dad and I were living in at the time. And a lot of friends from my church will stop on by to help. And this is one incident that I think was pretty funny. My dad and my future stepmom were going on a date one time. Then my stepmom, my new mom to be, were going on a date one time, and I was, in my room goofing off. I kind of Coleco. One of my friends in my church gave me a ColecoVision for my birthday, so I'm playing, having fun playing video games. So, oh, it was having fun, and all of a sudden we hear some of my father's friends, Donald or Mark Supernaut, Dougie Guns up. I think Matt was a little young. My friend Matt was a little young, but anyways, ran upstairs. And running upstairs, and I was like, and they were going to my father's room. Hey, what are you guys doing in my father's room? Shh. Mark Supernaut. God bless his soul. We're looking for squirrels. Looking for squirrels? Oh, look with you. I thought squirrels were fascinating back in the day. Why the heck not? Let's look for squirrels, ladies and gentlemen. We are looking for squirrels. All right, I'm looking outside. I said, hey, I see no squirrels out there. My dad, hey, what are you doing up there? I said, we're looking for squirrels. I thought I would get a smack upside the head. What are you doing, my dad? We're looking for squirrels. I was like, then what are you guys looking for? They could have said, we're looking for your parents to make out. That's what you always said. I always said, forget it. I'm playing video games. Anybody needs me. Jeez, I'm a little kid. Give me a break here. Jeez. Chewbacca de cabeza. Abba casa. Ana plaquera. Jeez. No, I'm diggish. Yeah. Whatever. Just looking for squirrels. Looking for squirrels, my foot. That was what's going through my brain. Because at least they could have been honest with me. No. Looking for squirrels. I think I had the bad reputation of being freaking gullible. That's the problem. When I was a kid, I was really gullible. Maybe I'm still gullible sometimes. Who knows, people? Anyways, so my parents got married in '88. They had some neighbors watching us, and I was out of the latchkey program at the time, and I started getting into Christian music. My new stepmom, well, my mother, I can call her Mom. That way I can get my little sister Cora to stop calling her Cheryl. Kind of annoying, you know. Kind of annoying. You know. Amy Grant, Michael W. Smith, Carmen were the main three at the time, and I started attending the youth group in my church, and then the then then my music interest I got into Christian rap. DC Talk was my favorite. Petra and the Newsboys, they were my favorites. So I was rocking awesome out there. It's like totally cool. And youth group, we changed youth group leaders, and 1991 we had a church split, and I felt very bad because all my friends, most of my friends that attended church at the time all left, and I kind of felt sad, you know, because I miss them all now. And they moved on and had better lives, but I do honestly miss them because my mother had a lot of great friends, you know. We used to hang out over the summer, you know. But in 1981, you guessed it, another crush. My first church crush, actually. And at first, when I first saw this girl, I'm like, thought nothing of it, you know, at the time. But when she started attending youth group, I thought she was really cute. Her name is Paulette Costa. She changed her name? I'll explain in that when we come to it. And needless to say, I spent most of my early 90s obsessed after this girl. I was obsessed after her. I had a crush on her. I had too much of a puppy dog crush after her. And don't mind me, I'm just trying to turn on TV, okay? Don't mind me, turn on TV, Monday Night Raw's on. Okay. I just turned 13, so I wasn't understanding what in the world was going on through my body. It was like I was like going on full speed ahead, and like like you're running and you got hurdles and you're supposed to jump over the hurdles. No, I'm just busting right through, and like everybody's like, even my parents were telling me that I'm going too far. Her parents were telling me I'm going too far, and I'll be honest with you, I was too stupid to even listen to them, and I was too stubborn. I was being a little bit rebellious, to be honest with you, and just, oh boy. So, and basically, just, you know, I was too focused on that. I was going to school at the time, among everything else, so it's one of those things where I had to focus on school. I was really having a bad day, and then one day I was having a bad day, and I ended up slamming the door in one of my pastor's face. I was so angry, and I got to arguing with my parents a lot, and it was not fun. It was not fun, you know. But I wasn't understanding. I wasn't, you know. To me, I was not listening. Basically, you know, I've always been known to run my mouth full speed ahead, just go charge, and I was too focused on this. I was too focused on my obsession after this girl, which is really stupid of me to do so. I'll be honest with you, and I felt very, very, very rotten and awful about it. Now I look back at it, it's like I kind of regretted I did that, you know. But you know, it was, you know. But then I tried to get back to normality, you know, do my thing, you know. I like video games, you know, try to play some video games, concentrate on focus on school. You know, I was going to high school, so it's very, very important. And one day our Christian school closed down, and I was very upset about it, and just I cried. You know, there was nothing, nobody's paying the tuition and all that, and so it was like, what can we do? Well, just you just focused on you just focused on that. Um, just I was really upset, so we didn't know what to do. So we decided to spend our last days of school, having activities, having some fun, and shutting down school. It was like an end of school party we had. I was like, I'm gonna miss everybody there. And then I decided to attend. I go back to where I first started, beginning my sixth grade year. That was the Academy of the Firstborn. It's a lot different now than it was supposed to. So I wasn't in the type of uniform that they were in. So I was like, it's like I was almost like I knew some people there, but still I felt like a fish out of water going back there. And I was invited to a birthday party watching the WWE Royal Rumble. I got into wrestling in 1991. All right, 1991. I got into wrestling, and the first match I saw was Survivor Series. Hulk Hogan defending the WWE Championship against the rookie at the time, The Undertaker, who thought The Undertaker would be a major player in the WWE. In fact, it was known as the World Wrestling Federation. So I got into wrestling too. So it's like all these things were happening. It's like, you know, I'm like I'm bringing myself in 8 different directions, and don't know when to slow down, don't know when to quit. So it's like, you know, I'm running full steam ahead. It's like everybody trying to catch me, and I'm eluding everybody. You know, it's like I'm the mice, and everybody's the cat. Where's you know? I was like that. You know, I was running around. People were aggravated with me. You know, Paulette was annoyed with me. You know, everybody else at work, everybody else in the church was annoyed with me. Everybody. You know, it's like it's crazy. You know, it's nuts out there. I'm like, hey, my brain just went into the zoo. Man. Went off left field and went out of space and came right back. You know. So it was then my mother decided to homeschool me, and 1995 was a year that kind of changed everything. And the year that changed my life was 1995, and I will explain to you why. Paulette, the girl that I had a crush on, started going out with somebody, and she was going out with one of my good friends, Ruben Pimentel. Needless to say, obviously I was jealous, I was upset, I was angry. I was not, you know, I was so upset and jealous about everything going on. I ran away from the home a couple of times. I was very upset. My parents about had enough. I did not know exactly what to do. I'll be honest with you at that point. But that will be in my third part of the story, which will be coming up in a few minutes while I'm doing this. So I'm going to stop this right now for part 2. I will explain part 3. I'm trying to get this done. See ya.